In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 11 layouts that I made with a love story collection from Simple Stories. So welcome, welcome, my YouTube friends. I'm Vanessa with Scrapping It Up. And every Wednesday night, I go live over on my Facebook page, and we do some type of 12 by 12 layouts. I've been doing this now for probably 3 or 4 years, probably a good 4 years now. So every Wednesday night I go live, and I thought, I need to be sharing these with you guys as well. You can purchase the tutorial, which does include a photo gallery of all the layouts. Okay. Then you get the project sheets, which has a bigger picture, and then it it gives you all the measurements, and then it briefly just kind of describes where to put those pieces. Okay, so you get a project sheet for each double layout, and then the photo gallery, and you'll get the live classes, and all for $5. Okay, so I do this to hopefully inspire you. Maybe you'll see a layout that you like. You are more than welcome to copy me. Just always, give credit where credit is due. Oops, this one's upside down. But I enjoy making the pages. I do not do them with photographs because I don't have enough photographs. So I just use the photo mats, and you just place your photographs on the photo mats. I always like to have a border around my photograph, because sometimes, on a flowered paper, you stick a photograph down, it gets lost. So, I like to use colored cardstock. Okay. So there's 11 layouts in here, and they're all double page layouts. I always do double page layouts. We did have the brads. We had 2 sheets of design paper, and the bits and pieces, the journaling bits and pieces, and then the brads. Okay, so here's another layout that we made, and that is backwards. Goes like that. So here was just an 8.5 piece of cardstock. I just cut it. And then it has a strip here, a strip here, and a strip here. And then I just, cut up the paper. Very pretty. And here we're piecing, making our own 12 by 12 paper. This one goes like this. So, I cut the paper in half at 6 inches, and then I cut the sage green, and then I just used cardstock on the back, just to, to butt it up against each other to, make my 12 by 12 paper. Okay. And again, I love just using the strips. I mean, look how that wows the layout. Now, again, this is one of them that you can do it either or. Do you see how that just changed that layout? So from one layout, you can get 2 double layouts. Okay. Just by, changing the direction of the paper. See how much different that looks? A lot different. All right. So here I was trying to showcase the books. So I cut that. This is when we was getting down to the nitty gritty. I try to use up all the scraps. We may not use up all the strips and, all the pieces in ephemera, but I try to use most of it up. Okay, so this is when we was getting down to the nitty gritty, and I still made a beautiful layout with just pieces of scrap. Of course, it always helps to have beautiful paper. Okay, here's another layout, and that one is upside down. So again, I had the yellow here, so I put the yellow over here, so it, coordinates back and forth, so it's, balanced. Okay. And again, using the black strips just makes it pop. Okay, so now we have this, and this was a little bit different. I cut I had my strip, wanted mine like 3 inches, and then I cut down to the point. And I done the same, I done 2 of them. So I cut it, and then I cut it in half, and then I cut down to my point, and then used a little bit of the yellow for a strip to create this. Just something just a little bit different. Of course, I used my brads. And again, my strips. Oh, this paper. And again, the black strips, how it, wow, it catches your eye. I use a lot of strips in my layouts. Okay, here's a layout where, we had that tag sheet. And, it's like, okay, what do we do with this? So what I done is I cut one and cut another one, and we put it along our page. And then I added a ephemera piece and then cut it in half. Okay. And I love the little triangles that we put there. But beautiful. Okay. So here's another one. How I done this one. I done 4 triangles. And then I just put one here, and then I put the photo mat here, so you couldn't see the joining part. And then triangles here. Now this is another one of those that you could switch, and look how different that looks. That just made it look a whole lot different. So this is another one that you could do, create it this way and then create it that way. Totally whole different look. But my live classes, I give you measurements. I show you exactly how to make these. So if you're on Facebook, you can hop over there and check it out. If you're not, you can purchase the guides. Okay. And again, just using my pink strips and putting that black underneath this butterfly really made that pop. Beautiful. Let's see. I think, no, that's right side up. Okay. So again, here is I took my paper and I tore it at an angle. So here's a piece of it, and here's a piece of it. And then I just used strips of maroon to kind of make it, kind of pop. And then again, some more strips. Some bigger ephemera pieces, I backed them with black cardstock because they just got lost. When you put your ephemera pieces down here, they just, they just got lost in the busy paper. Okay. And then I just added some hearts, just, to kind of give it a little bit of a wow factor. All right, then there's this layout. I used the brads from the collection. And here I, angled my photo mat, and then I angled this photo mat, and then angled this one on top of these other 2. And this is all one sheet here. I don't remember how I done it. I think I cut the triangles first off one end, then I cut this triangle off of another end, and then that left me this piece here, and then I just put it where it needed to be here, and then cut it, and then put the other piece here. That's how I done it. So I cut the 2 triangles. I cut it from this end, and then pretend this is it. So I cut it here. That gave me that center piece, and then I put that piece here. Okay. But beautiful layouts. So you get 11 layouts. You get the photo gallery. Then you get the project sheets, and then also you get the live classes as well. Okay. So I hope this inspired you. I hope it made you want to go sit down and create some pages. Yeah. So thanks for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate it. And if you happen to have any questions, just ask me down below in the comments, and I will get to your question just as soon as you post. All right. So keep scrapping. Bye bye.